welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome back to the channel, guys, because today we have so much to discuss and so much to analyse and dissect from yesterday's win over Villarreal. How did we manage to do that? We're going to be discussing whether it was lucky, whether Barça were very, very fortunate to win at La Ceramica. We're going to be looking at the words from Xavi after the game, the tension after the final whistle, and we are going to be looking deeper into that second goal, the decisive goal from Memphis Depay, because was there more to that goal than meets the eye? It is all coming up. Let's do it. Because heading into today's video, guys, please don't think that I'm coming into this thinking that Barca weren't lucky to win the game yesterday. Please don't think here that I don't see that, because certainly we were. I will be the first to hold my hands up and say in yesterday's game there was things that went for us. There was moments that on another day meant that we could have lost the game, but we didn't. For the first time in a long, long time, we actually took our chances there when we had them in the second half. For the first time there, we got the rub of the green in this game. And there is a feeling, I feel, at the very top level of football that you do at times make your own luck. Because looking back into the history of football and at the very best of teams, I'm sure you've all heard the phrase Fergie time. That was Sir Alex Ferguson's United teams, who always had a knack of scoring last-minute goals. They always seemed to find a way there by hanging in the game and hitting massive goals in the dying moments. Then, of course, there's Zinedine Zidane, somebody who won 3 Champions League titles in a row at Real Madrid, on the premise there that he was a lucky coach. And there are so many examples throughout the years of football where sometimes you do need a bit of luck. You need something to go your way. And last night for me, it was a huge win for this team and a huge win for Xavi. But before we do indeed come on to exactly how we made our own luck, I actually think here the really important words came after the game from Xavi, and that's why I'm sitting here today encouraged by this win. Because I'll tell you now, if Xavi came out after that game yesterday and was saying things like, this is good, this is brilliant, this is what we've been asking for, this is what we want from Barca, and basically taking all the credit for that win, then I'd be concerned, because what we saw in the performance, it wasn't ideal. It wasn't really what we want to see from a Barcelona team, but that's the key here. Xavi was quick enough to come out and say, you know what? We were lucky. He said we played against a great team. Villarreal didn't deserve to lose today. And Xavi said, it's the game out of the 3 that I've managed that we dominated the least and deserved to win the least. He said, we're lucky. But that is football. Sometimes luck goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. And I think those words there are very, very encouraging. Xavi realises that actually this is the game out of the 3 that was probably the worst. But we found a way to win, which is really important, because whilst right now this is a long-term project with every passing game, Xavi and his coaching staff are gaining more information about this team. We want to see evolution, we want to see progression, and I'm absolutely sure that we will see a real improvement in the style. We have done in the 2 games before this one, but I think this game here, it was key to get those points. Because whilst we do want to improve, whilst this is a long-term plan, we still have got to get wins. We still have to move up that table to get in the top 4, let's not forget. That is paramount to what we need to do as a club. Xavi has come in, 2 out of 2 wins, 6 points on the board, the first away win in the league this season, and the first time that we've recorded back-to-back wins in the league. These are important steps in the short term to help him get that time for the long term. And I did think, to be honest, that it was a great shame at the end of the game, because it was a very, very entertaining match. 2 really good teams coming up against each other, and especially now, given that Xavi has said nothing but nice things about Villarreal, that Unai Emery didn't want to shake his hand, and that really did anger Xavi there. Xavi was looking around for Emery at the end of the game, looking there to his assistant, saying, you know, where is Unai? But he'd already gone. He came out after the game, he said that the referee disrespected Villarreal, that he felt they should have had a penalty from Gerard Piqué's handball. He didn't say anything about Parejo's challenge escaping a yellow card, but Xavi clearly on the bench there, very, very unhappy. And you do get the feeling here, you look at the celebrations on the bench, you look at the fact that he's always right there on the touchline giving instructions, shouting at the referee at times too. Xavi is a coach here who's not going to take messing. He is not going to take anything from anyone. And we do have right there a leader on the touchline. But of course, whilst we're talking there about luck, when we're talking there about the fact that Barca basically got away with one in yesterday's game, what we do have to talk about is the goal that made it all possible, because we have to talk about the crucial goal from Memphis Depay. And I'm really happy for him to get that goal, because he really did need it. He needed that confidence boost. And he even said after the game too that he was happy with the goal, with the victory, but he also said he's been working hard and he knows he can do better in some areas. And that was really encouraging too, that people are coming out, whether it be Xavi, whether it be players, and they're openly saying, yes, it's good, yes, I'm happy, but I can do more. And that's what we want here. We're happy with this win. We're happy to get away here with the 3 points, but we still need to target that improvement. But it is very interesting, because in those final minutes of the game there, when Ter Stegen played that very much route one ball up to Memphis Depay, many people would have looked at it and thought, you know what, Barca have got lucky there. They've just put a long ball in behind. They've hoped for the best. But actually, was it just a hopeless long ball? Was it just there hoping the best would happen? Or was it choreographed? Because as you can see right here, in amongst all those wild celebrations for the second goal, Xavi actually made a point there of pointing and really gesturing in those celebrations towards Ter Stegen. He was highlighting there, apparently, according to the Spanish media, something that they'd been working on in training all week long. They have been working on that plan there of playing a long ball in behind to put pressure on that space that Villarreal were leaving at the back. And it makes sense, because in the first half here, Ter Stegen did something very, very similar. It was when Araujo went off injured, he actually came back onto the field in a really attacking area, and Ter Stegen again was looking to go long. And it does make a lot of sense here, because as you can see, he found Araujo, he created a lot of danger, that was a really, really good ball, and when you have somebody there in goal with distribution as good as Ter Stegen's, it only makes sense to use it, and it just goes to show these little tiny details on the training ground, they can come up with big rewards. However, it was actually the moments there after that second goal. The most important part of the game for us was when, yes, we did finally get that lead and we had to see out the game. And this is where the mental side comes in. And this, for me, is the most impressive thing that you can take away from this game. Because let's not forget here, after we scored that goal, yes, it was late on, we had 2 more minutes of normal time, but then we had 6 minutes added on in the final stages. So we had there 8 minutes or so to make sure that we won this game. Now, Barca teams of the past, they've crumbled. They have really crumbled under the pressure, and in this kind of environment, in a game that wasn't going their way, we could have easily let that slip. But I want to highlight Piqué, because immediately after that goal went in, he went over there, all the players were in a huddle, and he actually tapped each one of the players on the head, and he was screaming at them. He was shouting there about staying calm, about making sure here that we stayed focused on the job in hand. You had Xavi on the touchline as well, barking instructions to his team that he did all game long. And what happened in those very final moments there, the minutes of the game that could have been some of the most difficult, they actually turned out to be our best spell, probably, of the game. We got on the ball, we dominated in Villarreal's half, we made sure that we kept them under pressure, and we actually went as far to win ourselves a penalty. And I've also got to give credit to Coutinho. He came on, he made an impact, he was actually running at people, something that he can do. He should do it much, much more often. He won a penalty, stuck it away really, really well, and it's great to see that the team right now is together, is united. Xavi has been insistent upon that, and I think so far we've seen the game against Espanyol, which we won, playing really good football for the majority of that game. I think against Benfica we were excellent, but we didn't have that luck. And then here against Villarreal, we didn't have so much substance in the style. We didn't play the kind of football that we're looking for, but we showed that mental strength. We never gave up, and we kept going until the very end. And I truly do believe that given the time, given the patience, given the changes that are going to come, and next week we are going to be talking a lot about transfers, Xavi, for me, can put it all together. The mental side, the physical side, the technical side of this team. And I really do believe we are on the way back up. So please, guys, do leave your thoughts in the comments down below here. What did you make of the performance from Barça against Villarreal? What did you make there of the way that second goal came about? And do you feel as though maybe here we've made our own luck and that mental strength at the end that got us over the line? Let me know all of your thoughts on all of that stuff. I will, like I say, see you very, very soon indeed. Xavi now has an entire week to work with his players. That is very much welcomed, and I'll be seeing you shortly with plenty more videos to come. Thank you for all of your support and all of your comments. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.